Fairy Tail 100 Quest Chapter 93. What do I think will happen? Well, a lot will happen. This is gonna be a fight between Laxus and the yellow dark dragon knight Kirin. This is gonna be an epic fight where we are gonna see a dragon slayer versus a dragon knight, and this time it's actually gonna be the strongest out of all of them that are gonna go head to head. And right now, I would say Laxus, he does have the more favorable momentum, you'd say, because right now he is very powerful. He is at a stage where he is actually near his peak, and he easily destroyed two of the other Diablos members when them two were given the Fatal crew chapters ago, probably like 60 or 70 chapters ago. They were giving the crew a hard time when they were first them for the very first time. And yet Laxus, he didn't even know what their powers were, he didn't even know what he was getting himself into, and yet he attacked them 2v1 and destroyed them without even breaking a sweat. So he is the main powerful contender for Fairy Tail. The only person that can stop him, well, is probably the most powerful Dragon Knight out of all of them, which in this case is Kirin, the yellow Dark Knight. So Kirin, he is a mysterious character because we've not seen anything about him whatsoever. We do know that he is part of the Dark Dragon Knights that is now under Selene because she is the master of Diablos. Kirin is, well, he's an interesting character right now because all that we know is that he followed the orders, which is fine, and he's going to be versus Laxus. And another interesting character thing, which I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but he's carrying around a coffin. Why would somebody be carrying around such a large coffin that's almost the size of them if it's not related to their power? Well, here's a prediction for me that I believe what his power is. I believe his power is going to be either two things. Firstly, Kirin's, the Yellow Dragon Knight's power is going to be the power of a puppeteer. So he's able to control and use the power of, let's just say he's got string sort of powers where he's able to control other things, inanimate objects. In this case, he's probably got like a weapon in that coffin. And he's able to control it and use it to fight other people. And so in this case, he controls the puppet to fight Laxus, and by doing so, Laxus will be pushed back because he's not actually versus the main puppeteer, and this puppet that he's going to be versus that is in that coffin. Well, again, the Dark Dragon Knights are so mysterious. The main one that we know about is Suzaku, which we only know that his power came from one of Selene's son. We don't know much about the other Dark Dragon Knights, so him having the power to become a puppeteer and then using a puppet that's in his coffin to fight Laxus, well, that could be an interesting battle because then what might happen is he might be pushed back very far by Laxus, and Laxus of course uses his Dragon Force, and then Kirin, in order for him to defeat Laxus, he combines himself with his puppet. So he combines the power of his puppet with himself, the main puppeteer, and by doing so, he's able to become an unstoppable doll, which he's able to control because he is the puppeteer. So it would be a sick battle because it would show that, well, a different sort of variation of a dragon slaying magic, because we've seen like normal dragon slaying magic like elementals, we've seen other like normal type of magic, so like iron, air, fire, lightning, and heck, even poison. But one that we've not really seen is like weird ones. So in this case, like Haku, the White Dragon Knight, his magic so far in the Fairy Tail 100 quest is a little bit interesting because he's able to control, well, not control, but he's able to manipulate beings and create them as dolls, as we saw in the latest chapter. He turned Natsu, Lucy, and Happy into dolls, and now they are running away from a monster which he also turned into a doll. So it looks like the power to make a person into a doll, he doesn't control that, he only controls the transformation of somebody becoming a doll. So that's a weird type of dragon slaying magic which I never even thought would be possible. And then we've also got the other Azure Dragon Knight. So she was able to pinpoint the weakness of a monster, and when it destroys the core, the whole thing shatters. So she also has non-elemental type dragon slaying magic. The only person that so far has, like, you could say normal elemental type of magic is Suzaku, because his is dark magic. So really, it'd be really weird if the fourth and final Dragon Knight, if his power was just normal elemental, because then it really wouldn't but I mean, it would balance it out, like saying like 2 elementals, 2 non-elementals, but I would think his would be non-elemental as well, just because of how unique a Dragon Knight is and how rare their magic is. So I believe he would be a puppeteer. Or my second option is that the person that Laxus will be fighting, so the Kirin that we saw for the very first time, that is not him. The main Kirin that is the yellow Dragon Knight, he is actually in the coffin, and the clone, you could say, is carrying him around because nobody has ever pushed him past his limit for him to use his real body. That would also be a sick battle to see, because then we will see Laxus push back his clone, and just when he thinks the battle is over and he has won, well, he'll probably come to a surprise that, wait, you're not the real one? Who is the real one? And then out of nowhere, the body, so the real Kirin, comes in out of nowhere. He opens up the coffin and he says, I am the real one. Sort of similar to how you could say in the Fairy Tail final series, where we saw that mechanical guy. He wasn't really the main mechanical guy, and then when Laxus even defeated him, he had to go and defeat the main body as well. He was part of the Spriggan 12. So it would be really nice to see another concept of that put into the Fairy Tail 100-year quest, because then Laxus would be versus that person, well, that type of person 3 times, which would be a very repetitive battle. But then again, it'd be also sick to see finally Laxus versus another Dragon Slayer, because technically he's only been versus Natsu. Out of all of the Dragon Slayers, he's only been versus Natsu once. So to see him fight another Dragon Slayer, even though it's a Dark Dragon Knight, part of the Diablos Guild, well, we gotta take it as we can, because we don't really see too much Dragon on Dragon action in Fairy Tail. So the fact that 100-year quest is actually built up of Dragon on Dragon action, well, I am really hyped for that, and I can't wait to see Laxus show us why he is probably going to be the #1 person in Fairy Tail. Even though we all know it's going to be Natsu, we are going to see why Laxus is the most badass person in Fairy Tail. We are going to see him destroy, hopefully, Kirin, the yellow Dragon Knight, and hopefully, I do mean this hopefully, Natsu, Lucy and Happy do not become dolls for the rest of the series, because let's just say becoming plushie versions of themselves is a little bit cute, but then again, they need to transform somehow back to their normal forms. And how can they do that? Well, they'll have to defeat the White Dragon Knight Haku in order for them to do that. So that'll be an interesting battle, because who's going to be versus that person? Well, we've only got Gajiel, Wendy, Lily, Charlotte, Elsa and Grey. Those are the only people left to defeat Haku. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see who's going to be versus Haku in the near future. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. And let me know down below, what do you think will happen in Fairy Tail 100-year quest chapter 93? Do you think something like what I said will happen? Do you think the yellow Dragon Knight Kirin, do you think his power is something to do with puppets? Or do you think that the one we've seen so far is a clone and the real one is hidden in the coffin that he's carrying all around with him? Let me know by dropping a comment below. And again, thank you guys for watching. You guys are always the best. I could not do this without you, because you guys love my Fairy Tail content and I love making it for you guys. So thank you for watching. Take care and peace.